In this video, I will show you how to file a first-time abatement request for a penalty that you received from the IRS. Maybe you got a CP 515 letter or CP 516 letter from the IRS, a notice saying you got a failure to file penalty or a failure to pay penalty. And you may be eligible for a program that the IRS has, and it's for a first-time abatement, their first-time abate program. You can find info about it on their website. And the form that you use to request this first-time abatement that they're offering some taxpayers is Form 843. And you can find this form easily by just doing a web search. If you search Form 843, you'll find this PDF very quickly. It's 2 pages. And this is what you're going to fill out. Okay, now to fill this out, you start by just checking this box here under penalty. Abatement or refund of a penalty, and it's due to reasonable cause allowed under the law. That's the first-time abate program that we're referencing. Then you scroll down here. Now, there are all sorts of reasons that this form can be used, but I'm speaking specifically about the first-time abate program for a taxpayer that got a penalty and is hoping to get it waived or abated for the first time. Now we scroll down to the bottom of page 1 and you simply enter your information. Now if you filed that year jointly with a spouse, you're going to put both of your information here, both social security numbers, your address, and if you had a different address at the time of the year in question, the tax year in question, put that here, your phone number. This is simple, it's your personal info. Now down here, you're going to put the first day of the year for the tax year in question on your notice and the last day. So we're pretending let's say we got a failure to file penalty for 2023. We put January 1st, so 01/01/2023. And then we put the last day of the year, 12/31/2023. That covers the entire 2023 tax year. Then the amount, we get this amount from the notice, from the letter. And this amount is just the penalty. We're not adding up the penalty plus interest, because if your penalty is in fact abated, the interest is going away with it. So parse out that penalty number and then write that here. Then we're going to move on to page 2. We're going to check the box 1040. That's the tax return that pertains to this tax year. So we check this box, and then we go down to paragraph 7. We check 7C, reasonable cause or other reason allowed under the law can be shown. Then we go down to 8 and we give this explanation, and I will copy and paste this in the description of this video. Now keep in mind, this is written in the third person as if I'm a tax pro writing it for a client, but you can write it in first person. I am requesting instead of taxpayer is requesting. And I'll read through this very quickly because you need to know how and when you request this. Now, the tax year in question, you must have filed a return prior to sending this form in. Do not send this form and request a penalty abatement prior to filing the return and getting it in good standing, because it will get rejected. You must be in good standing for that year, and then once it's filed, then you request the penalty abatement. Okay, taxpayer is requesting a first-time penalty abatement under the IRS First-Time Abate policy. Taxpayer has a clean compliance history for the 3 years preceding this tax year. So you need to be in good standing or showing that you have a good track record for the 3 years preceding the year in which you incurred a penalty, and has since corrected the issue that led to the penalty. Please consider removing the penalty under the administrative waiver program. That's it. That's all you need to put in. And then you go down here and you're going to sign. And if you have a IDD or ID protection pin, you're going to enter it here, and you'll know if you have it or not, because you would have had to have requested it on their website. Now, the address that you mail this to is the same address that's on that CP notice that you received. And you're going to take a copy of the notice that you received that stated you incurred a penalty, and you're going to add this to it and send a copy of the notice plus this to the address on the penalty. And that is how you request to have your penalty abated. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Thanks for watching.